Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here, and if you're watching this video, we're looking at breaking down not only the information we see on the video title screen, but also the questions that we're looking to answer. Now, normally we don't have a video for any of the extension tasks that we do here in class, but the reason we're breaking this down today is because this is going to be some next level thinking that we're going to be breaking down over the next couple days. Then hopefully we can begin to explore as we take in everything we've done in this lesson and throughout this last unit. So, prior to this task, you were given an email from Dr. Lewis that focused on this idea of what is the best way for the rescue workers to capture energy from their body's motion during their rescue missions. And in that email, this question requires us to create some sort of energy capturing device, kind of like the ones that we've seen from our readings, the hand crank generator, the backpack generator, the bike generator, the knee generator, and the rocking chair generator. But we're going to be needing to create some sort of device that works specifically for our rescue workers and helps them to the best of their abilities. Now, the device that we're going to be making here in the future has three criteria, or three rules that we kind of have to follow. The rules are: number one, needs to transfer energy from the body's motion to a battery. So it can't be motion or energy from something outside of their body, it can't be the sun, that sort of thing. Number two, it has to be easy for the team to use in any rescue or emergency situation. So it has to be the best device for them and it has to be as easy to use as possible.
Aaron Russo and Jillian Houston, please step by the office.
Awkward.
Thank you.
And last but not least, it needs to be an original device or design. So right off the bat, we know that these 5 devices cannot be used directly for our rescue workers and their mission. We need to come up with some original idea that's easy for them to use, that uses their body. And these devices can, number one, be examples for us to build, change, or adapt. Or number two, hopefully lead us to our own original ideas. And that's where these 2 questions come in. So these 2 questions are geared at getting us thinking about what new device, what brand new idea can we create that takes this idea of using the body's motion, capturing it for our rescue workers. So the first question here: what sort of body motion or ways do rescue workers use their bodies during a mission that can be captured with a device? In order to answer this question, we got to understand what kind of work the rescue workers do. So if they are somebody who's fighting a fire, what sort of things and ways does their body move as they're helping to fight that fire? If they're searching for people in the rubble of a disaster, what ways does their body move that could be used to help power their devices? Okay, so think about what they do. Think about all the ways their body moves so we can begin thinking about how we could capture that. And that's what that first question is. The second question here is asking, can any of the devices we read about be changed or adapted to help the rescue workers with their specific missions and their specific motion? So we know we can't use these directly. We can't have them carry around a rocking chair because it's not easy. So that violates rule number 2. It's not original. So that's really number 3. And transferring their body's motion, the body motion would be tough because, well, they don't really rock in any emergency situations that, well, is directly related to what they do. So can we maybe adapt this idea for the rescue workers? So for example, maybe the rescue workers have to drive a boat in order to find people and that sort of thing. So maybe as they're driving their boat, they can be rocking in their chair. Okay. Now, that's an adapted version that would go in a boat for them to use if this was a flood situation. So that would transfer the energy and motion to a battery. So that's something they could use. But it kind of violates number 2 because it needs to be used in any rescue situation. So if they have to get out of the boat, now that device doesn't really work. Now the device can't be used in any rescue situation. So though we adapted this idea of rocking in their boat and creating the energy as they rock and drive the boat to find people in a flood or after a hurricane, it's not very easy for them to use in any situation. So that's an example of how we adapted, but again, it doesn't follow kind of our rules here. So take a second, take a moment, brainstorm. Think about all the ways that we can take what the rescue worker's body's motion is and what it's like and adapt and come up with our own ideas. If you have questions, reach out. Otherwise,